You want to hear the real story? Not the glossy, watered-down HOA newsletter version, no. The real story starts on an autumn morning so clear and cold you could hear the neighbor's sprinklers 3 blocks away. I was halfway through my coffee, staring out at my family's land. 2,200 acres of golden grass and the kind of trees you only get when your grandfather planted them himself. When I spotted it, that thick envelope from the HOA, sitting right on top of the bills, like a threat with a wax seal. And look, I've been dealing with HOAs for years. Nuisance fees, letters about mailbox paint, the usual, nothing that ever rattled me. But this was different. I opened it, read the title, Notice of Unauthorized Sale of Property, and for a second, I swear, I thought it was a prank. Had to read it 3 times. They claimed my land, the land that's been in my family since the Eisenhower years, had been sold. Not rented, not borrowed, sold. And here's the punchline. They didn't even ask. Just signed it away to some developer like I was supposed to clap for them. You know that feeling when your gut drops out? That's where I was. I slammed the letter down, just stood there, heart pounding, thinking, there's got to be a mistake. But deep down, I knew these people weren't messing around. So I called Frank, my lawyer, the one who knows every trick in the real estate book, the one who helped my dad keep this place when the bank tried to grab it in '09. Frank, they sold my land. I don't know how, but they did. And I'm not rolling over for this. Frank listens, calm as ever, tells me to bring everything to his office in the morning. So that night, I barely sleep. I'm walking the fields, running my hands over the same fence my grandfather built. I can't believe it. This is the land I was supposed to pass to my daughter. You know what I mean? The next morning, I drive to Frank's office before the sun's even up. He reads the letter, jaw tightens, says, "We'll get to the bottom of this. But we need to see the sale records. County Recorder's Office. Chain of title. If they skipped even one step, we'll nail them." Frank's right. These people know how to play games, but so do we. We dig in, request records, look at every line. But as we work, I start thinking, this isn't just about me. Something bigger is going on. That's when the twist hits. I get a call from a former HOA board member, nervous voice, won't give a name, but says, "Watch your back. They've been selling off properties for years to cover losses. It's not just you. They're taking everything they can flip." And that's when it clicks. The HOA's been bleeding money, bad investments, too many promises, not enough dues coming in. My land, the lakeshore, all the best spots. They're selling them under the table, pocketing the difference, thinking no one will notice. Well, they picked the wrong person this time. So I start building a case. I dig through county records with Frank, line updates, find fake signatures. I even reach out to a few real estate buddies, get wind that a couple lakefront parcels moved for pennies on the dollar, direct to shell companies. Money moving fast, disappearing into maintenance funds and board stipends. The corruption is thick. But here's where the story gets wild. I hear about a buyer, deep pockets, New York plates, always talking about resort development. I call a friend who works at the title office, and she tells me, "You didn't just lose your land. Half the neighborhood's getting hosed." It's not just old-timers, either. Young families, veterans, single moms, anyone who can't fight back. That's when I decide, enough is enough. If the HOA wants to play dirty, I'll play smarter. With Frank's help, we pull sale records, bank transfers, emails, everything. But I need a smoking gun. Enter Joe, a board member who's finally had enough. He slides me a folder in the back booth of a diner. Real cloak and dagger stuff. Inside, proof the HOA's president and the developer have been laundering money, buying off local politicians, and even skimming off insurance funds. You couldn't make this stuff up. At this point, it's bigger than my land. It's the whole community. So I take it public. I call Sarah Thompson, a journalist who loves a good fight, and hand her everything. She goes all in, writes a piece so brutal it makes the evening news before dinner. Suddenly, the phones light up. Homeowners are furious, politicians are backpedaling, and the HOA calls a special emergency meeting, like that'll fix anything. Now, you want cinematic? Picture this. I walk into that meeting, all eyes on me, board members looking like they've seen a ghost. I lay it out, every crooked deal, every dollar stolen, every family betrayed. The room's dead quiet, and then the shouting starts. One board member tries to pin it all on misunderstandings. Another blames administrative errors. I'm not having it. You sold my land. You lied. And now you're going to pay. Cue the chaos. News crews outside, neighbors picketing, and that night, my phone rings. You think you've won? It's Henry, the president. You've made a powerful enemy. Yeah, that happened. But I just smile. You're not as powerful as you think. Try me. That's when things get ugly. Anonymous threats, drive-bys at my house, rumors spread about my family. I start getting calls at midnight. Back off, or else. Frank tells me to stay sharp, beef up security. And you know what? I do. I'm not stupid, but I'm also not scared. If they want to fight dirty, let's see how they handle the spotlight. Because now the media's involved. Sarah's article goes viral. Other journalists pile on, whistleblowers come forward, and suddenly the HOA's under a microscope. Local politicians scramble to distance themselves, deny any wrongdoing. But Sarah's got receipts, bank transfers, email trails, signatures on backroom deals. The whole operation starts unraveling. But the HOA isn't done yet. They try everything. Lawsuits, protests outside my house, smear campaigns. They even try to flip my family against me, offering them hush money. You're tearing the community apart, they say. No, I'm just pulling back the curtain. For every threat, 10 neighbors knock on my door offering support. For every lie, another whistleblower comes forward. The tide turns fast. Then comes the real bombshell. Joe, the insider, connects the dots between the HOA, a state senator, and a string of fake LLCs used to siphon millions. Frank and I hand it all to the DA, and pretty soon there are subpoenas, arrests, and a grand jury investigation. It's not just a local scandal anymore. It's on national news. You ever seen an HOA president in handcuffs? It's a good look. And while all this is playing out, the community rallies. We form a new board. This time, transparent, accountable, no more secret deals. We set up a trust for the families who lost land. Make sure every dollar's accounted for. The land, it comes back to me. Title clear, debts wiped clean. For the first time in months, I stand at the edge of that creek, feel the sun on my face, and know I did right by my family. But here's the thing, you never really win all the way. There's always scars. Some neighbors still believe the HOA's lies. Some friendships won't come back. And every so often, I wonder, what if I'd just let it go? Would life be easier, quieter? Maybe. But then I remember what Frank told me. If you don't stand up, who will? So, if you're watching this and you've ever been steamrolled by people in power, don't stay quiet. Fight. Expose them. And don't do it alone. Get your facts straight. Keep your people close. And remember, sometimes the only way to win is to drag the truth out where everyone can see it. Now let me ask you, was I right to fight back, even when it put my family at risk? Should people just accept what the HOA or any authority does? Or should we challenge corruption no matter the cost? Drop your thoughts below. Where are you watching from? And what would you do if it happened to you? Hit like, share your own stories, and don't let anyone tell you that justice isn't worth the fight. Because sometimes, the only way forward is to make a little noise and never let them forget you did.